But as I crossed the space between the foot of the hill and the forest, a vision of another kind delayed my steps. Through an opening to the westward flowed, like a stream, the rays of the setting sun, and overflowed with a ruddy splendor the open space where I was. And riding as it were down this stream towards me came a horseman in what appeared red armor. From frontlet to tail, the horse likewise shone red in the sunset. I felt as if I must have seen the knight before, but as he drew near, I could recall no feature of his countenance. Ere he came up to me, however, I remembered the legend of Sir Percival and the rusty armor, which I had left unfinished in the old book in the cottage. It was of Sir Percival that he reminded me. And no wonder, for when he came close up to me, I saw that, from crest to heel, the whole surface of his armor was covered with a light rust. The golden spurs shone, but the iron greaves glowed in the sunlight. The morning star, which hung from his wrist, glittered and glowed with its silver and bronze. His whole appearance was terrible, but his face did not answer to this appearance. It was sad, even to gloominess, and something of shame seemed to cover it. Yet it was noble and high, though thus beclouded, and the form looked lofty, although the head drooped, and the whole frame was bowed as with an inward grief. The horse seemed to share in his master's dejection, and walked spiritless and slow. I noticed, too, that the white plume on his helmet was discolored and drooping. He has fallen in a joust with spears, I said to myself, yet it becomes not a noble knight to be conquered in spirit because his body hath fallen. He appeared not to observe me, for he was riding past without looking up, and started into a warlike attitude the moment the first sound of my voice reached him. Then a flush, as of shame, covered all of his face that the lifted beaver disclosed. He returned my greeting with distant courtesy, and passed on. But suddenly he reined up, sat a moment still, and then, turning his horse, rode back to where I stood looking after him. "I am ashamed," he said, "to appear a knight, and in such a guise. But it behoves me to tell you to take warning from me, lest the same evil, in his kind, overtake the singer that has befallen the knight. Hast thou ever read the story of Sir Percival and the—" Here he shuddered, that his armor rang. "Maiden of the alder tree?" "In part I have," said I, "for yesterday, at the entrance of this forest, I found in a cottage the volume wherein it is recorded." "Then take heed," he rejoined, "for, see my armor. I put it off, and as it befell to him, so has it befallen to me. I that was proud am humble now. Yet is she terribly beautiful. Beware. Never," he added, raising his head, "shall this armor be furbished, but by the blows of knightly encounter, until the last speck has disappeared from every spot where the battle-axe and sword of evildoers or noble foes might fall. When I shall again lift my head, and say to my squire, 'Do thy duty once more, and make this armor shine.'" Before I could inquire further, he had struck spurs into his horse and galloped away, shrouded from my voice in the noise of his armor.